Hi, thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. So today I am going to be talking about the 5-factor diet. The plan: 5 meals a day, each meal consisting of a protein, a carb, fiber, fat, and a fluid. So 5 meals consisting of 5 factors. The foods recommended on this diet are based on the glycemic index. I did a video on the glycemic index a long time ago, so go check that out. Maybe I will redo it because that was a long time ago and that was bad. So the preferred foods on this diet are lean protein, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, sugar-free drinks, foods with a GI, that's glycemic index, of 80 or less, 25 minutes of exercise. I think that's per day. I didn't write it down. Oh no. 25 minutes of exercise, maybe for the whole week. Who knows? And it includes a weekly cheat meal. I could see this diet acting as like a good base for someone who is kind of just starting out, trying to improve their health, their diet, just their, general quality of life. So this diet could act as a good baseline. I don't think it's like carry this on forever. The strict of 5s. It's a diet that you can build off of and develop a more balanced and healthy diet. From my point of view, it's not really like geared for weight loss unless you're in a deficit. This can develop into a more balanced diet and a diet that is definitely sustainable because you're hitting all of your nutrient needs as long as you are hitting your daily required calories, unless you are in a state of like you must lose weight for weight loss and then you can be in a deficit. Like, it's easy to adjust this diet according to your own health needs, your fitness goals, your health goals. This diet is super easy to grasp and understand and follow. I couldn't find anything like hidden in this diet. It doesn't encourage crazy calorie restriction. When you read summaries and you read articles written about this diet, there's no mention of calories, which is why it leads me to believe that this is a good baseline, and then you can cater it according to your needs. You can take this diet and you can eat your five factors 5 times a day according to your calorie needs or your nutrient needs, your fitness goals, those kind of things. It's kind of nice to read about a diet that's like not mentioning 1,200 calories for a grown-ass woman to eat. Like, that's totally reasonable. Or, every other day eat 500 calories and that's it, because that's totally healthy. Like, it's nice to see that it's not about the calories, it's about what's on your plate. It's about the quality. So because there's no mention of an exact number of calories, it keeps this diet open for adjustments. It encourages healthy food choices. The 5 preferred foods that are encouraged to be eaten at each meal are lean protein, complex carbohydrates, healthy fat, sugar-free drinks, and foods with basically low sugar. This diet could turn into a low-carb diet. At its core, it is not a low-carb diet, which is nice. It is hitting every macronutrient that your body needs. The sugar-free drink, I think they're just trying to get you to drink other things other than like soda and maybe focus more on getting enough water in. I could see that as the goal of that factor. It's teaching wiser food choices, which leads me to the cons. First of all, it doesn't leave a lot of room for food freedom. I don't know if it's an actual term, but it's something that I think really grasps the idea of the fun stuff, the fun food. Having food freedom means there are no restrictions. You should have the freedom and nothing should hold you back from having the things that you enjoy and the things that you like. So this diet says you're going to eat clean. And I believe I talked about this in my glycemic index video, but the GI scale has been shown and proven to be incredibly flawed. It is not reliable. It is not a good rating system of healthy foods. There's a lot of flaws and errors in it. It's not a perfect means of measurement. The 5-factor diet relies way too much on the GI. So it's not completely unflawed. It is not completely error-proof. There is a lot of holes in it. But again, this is not a diet to live strictly by. I think it's a good baseline. It's not easy to go out, have a social life. I think that's one of the things about dieting that is really detrimental, is it like can kill your social life, and we are social creatures. We need interaction with other people. Even at like the bare minimum amount, we need that. Like when we think of dieting, we think of food restriction. I don't think there's enough emphasis on the other restrictions that we are placed under when we go on a diet. It's not just calories, it's not just food. No, we're restricted time with people we care about. Our fun is restricted. There's a lot of restriction and limitations that come with dieting. Obviously, because it requires you to, hit those 5 factors. I don't think strictly, but it is encouraged, which emphasizes strictly. Then going out to eat is going to be very difficult because you lose the control over what is on your plate. What are your options? I want to talk about cheat meals. I think cheat meals create the false idea that we need to earn our treats like we're dogs or something. We have to do something impressive, aka restrict, for as long as we can before we can have what we truly want. I think cheat meals is an idea that should be thrown out, and the foods that people typically eat during a cheat meal should be gradually incorporated into your everyday life. You're not eating them constantly, but you are incorporating them. So one day you might have ice cream because you feel like having ice cream. The next day you might eat salad and soup and like typical healthy stuff. It's about incorporating it. It's not saving it all up to one day where you just go all out. If you're at a point in your life where you must lose weight for your own health and life, a cheat meal sets you back because you've restricted. You can't restrict anymore, and you just, I don't want to say blow it, but you blow it. If you can learn to incorporate those cheat foods into your regular day, and they just become part of your regular diet, then you don't mess up or binge or just lose control. You just are happily eating what you like. Side note, there are people in the world who, starting out, you need to be a little bit more strict because maybe you've lived off those unhealthier foods for a long time. So it's about learning to enjoy healthier options, learning healthier options. I don't want to say healthier, I want to say better for you, because any food can be incorporated in a balanced diet. Cheat meals can lead to restrictive behavior, and that's not good. In summary, the 5-factor diet is not horrible. First and foremost, it's a great starting point. You don't know where to start when it comes to building a balanced diet. So it gives you the key components and you're adjusting it for you. That could mean you're adjusting it daily. So our taste buds, our cravings, our what we're in the mood for, what we want to eat, those things are going to change on the daily, and we need to have that like freedom within our mind to allow ourselves to make those adjustments when they arise. I wouldn't call this a fad diet because it is more like, hey, just make these small little changes. You might feel better, and you should be able to be flexible with it. That is what the food aspect of recovery is about. It's about being okay with all foods and realizing that foods do not hold a moral value, and that you're gonna be okay if you eat something that society says is junk. But just because the food is labeled junk doesn't mean you become junk when you eat it. And I don't know what that has to do with the 5-factor diet, but I think it's important. So that is my opinion on the 5-factor diet. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, feel free to give it a thumbs down. That is cool too. If you are not subscribed already, maybe think about subscribing. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed already. I really do appreciate it. If you have any video suggestions, comments, questions, anything at all, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye!